Hey there, I'm just waiting for a load of corn in the field, and I thought I would just throw some of my thoughts out there quick about this GoPro that I picked up 3 or 4 weeks ago to use on the farm for YouTube videos. I had borrowed a GoPro Hero 4 Black from a friend a couple times before and used it, got along really great with it, but this is the Hero 7 Black. This is the GoPro that I dreamed about having for the last year or so, however long it's been out. But it was the top of the line flagship model for GoPro, and it was insanely expensive. Well, guess what? They just came out with the Hero 8 Black, so now the 7 Black is no longer quite as insanely expensive. In fact, I picked up this camera as a bundle with 3 spare batteries, a triple charger, and about 70 different mounts for $250. This camera was barely used, pretty much brand new. I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace locally. And so I just thought I'd share a couple of my thoughts about this camera. The GoPro Hero 7 Black has been awesome to use. In fact, the thing I've got it mounted on right now is this dorky little hat mount, which I thought I would never use. I was gonna use the head strap, but then it occurred to me I am always wearing a hat, so why not just not have to carry more junk around? And when I have this mounted on here, I can fold it up like this, and it protects the front of the camera lens while I throw it in my front coat pocket. I'm looking at the wrong side of my, here you are. And if you get the angle set just right, and you wear your hat like this, kind of the same all the time, you can actually look at the bottom of this clip to frame your shot. You can line your camera up so that the bottom of this clip is the very top of your shot. And so as you're looking around, you don't have to guess what you're aiming at, because this is like your sight on your rifle, basically. If you're careful with your head, you can get some pretty good shots with it. And even just walking along, jogging along with this thing on your head, you'd think it's bouncing around a lot, but the hyper smooth feature is so good, it just looks like the camera's kind of floating along. It does an amazing job of stabilizing footage. I have loved this thing. You can also just kind of hold it like this, and it's a really good handheld camera holder for pointing it at yourself or whatever. And this camera is waterproof, dustproof, without a case. That's what I love about this more so than the one that I borrowed from a friend, I believe was a Hero 4 Black. You had to put that thing in a case if you were gonna have it around a lot of dust or water, and the sound quality was awful if you had a case on it. So I do love that feature about this, that just the camera on its own is waterproof, dustproof, all that stuff. I like the linear view mode on this camera. In the super view or wide view, everything gets distorted and bent at the edges. And if you aim it at yourself, it makes your nose look really huge and your head look really weird. But you can put it in linear mode and it pretty much looks just like any other camera. I still prefer to use my cell phone to shoot video of myself. For some reason, I look a little different in the GoPro pointing it at myself than I do on my phone. I don't like it. So I like to use this for shots of me, and then I like to use this for my B-roll and anything that I'm trying to capture good footage of. I use this for. It's great. Okay, some other things about this camera that I love. I love the fact that it works so well with the GoPro app on my phone. I can control the camera, I can start and stop recordings, I can shut the camera off and turn it on from the app on my phone. So if I have it mounted outside the tractor somewhere, if you had it mounted on the combine or on a hay rake or some other piece of equipment, you can control this from your phone like a remote control. You can see on your screen what the camera sees and make sure you're getting the shot that you want, start it and stop it, change the settings. You can switch from 4K to 2.7 to 1080p from your phone while the camera is quite a ways away from you. Another thing that I learned that I love is you can turn the camera on with this side button, and then the screen is on all the time when the camera is on. And you can see yourself, you can mess with all the settings, you can change from 2.7K to 4K to 30 frames a second, 120, whatever you want to do. It's got a little screen on the front so you can see which video you're currently on, how your battery's doing, how much space you have left on your SD card, and what video settings you're on. You can do all that stuff from the camera. One thing I did notice is if you shut the camera off and you have something come up that you want to take a quick shot of, you just push the record button on the top of the camera once, and it just wakes the camera up and starts recording in the settings that you previously used. And the LCD screen on the front, I don't know if it's LCD or not. The screen on the front is counting the seconds. It's got a little light flashing so you know for sure that you're recording. And then as soon as you hit the stop record button, it finalizes the file and saves it, and then it shuts the camera right down again. And this is a real battery saver. I accidentally left the screen lit up one time in between shots for an hour and a half or so, and it just killed the battery. So using it in that mode I've found to be really great. Also with the GoPro app, you can download your footage directly from the camera to your phone. You can also, like if you had a 7 or 8 minute clip on the camera, you can actually just cut that clip on the camera through the app on your phone. You can cut it down to 10 seconds and then just download that 10-second clip to your phone without having to overload your phone's storage to edit the video there. You can cut a chunk out on the GoPro and then move it to your phone wirelessly over Wi-Fi. It's really slick. Lastly, the reason I love this camera even more than the GoPro Hero 8 Black that just came out, you can do most of the same things. The 8 Black does have Hyper Smooth 2.0, I think they call it, where it has horizon leveling. So if your camera's going like this, it'll keep the horizon level, I think is the main improvement. The main thing they're bragging about with the Hero 8 Black is that it has all these mod packs that you can buy for it, shrouds that have a shotgun mic or different things that you can do. Those mod packs are extremely expensive, and you can plug a shotgun mic right into this and rig up a little vlogging setup if you want, and pretty much do the same thing. The other thing that I love about the Hero 7 Black as opposed to the 8 is this lens protector. It's super durable, it's a good lens protector, but if you do break it, you can just pop this thing off and put on a brand new one at your house yourself. I have been told by some experts that on the Hero 8 Black, it doesn't work that way. If you break the lens protector, it's like a major repair, send it into GoPro kind of thing. So I would definitely be afraid of breaking this lens protector on the farm. At some point, I'm sure something's gonna hit it. I'm gonna drop it off the side of the combine. One of my mounts might fail and it'll fall and get broken. I wanna know that I can be able to replace that myself. So I would highly recommend this camera if you can pick one up used reasonably in good shape. And I've even noticed that new off the shelf at Walmart, they've really come down in price as well since the Hero 8 Black came out. Okay, so the truck's getting loaded right now. So I just got out real quick and did a little handheld comparison of running towards the truck with my phone in my left hand and my GoPro Hero 7 Black in the right hand, holding them the exact same way and running towards the truck. Here's the difference in footage. First, here's the footage from my iPhone 8 camera. And then next, the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Also, there's a really great comparison video of the Hero 7 Black versus the Hero 8 Black that I watched. He did a great job of describing the internal components of the camera, the 8 versus the 7 in terms of the type of footage it's able to capture and the differences in quality, which really aren't actually much. This guy did a great job. I will link to that video in the description of this one. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Hopefully you learned something. I gotta haul some corn. Have a great day.